Hello and welcome to the Gate 102 podcast. Hope you find you well and thanks for tuning in. Today I'm talking about game number 15. Can't believe this is our 15th already. It's gone so quick. The game I was talking about today is the England 1-0 win over the Netherlands back in March 2018. It's once again a friendly, so Southgate opted to experiment. This was quite an important game, to be honest, as this was close to the World Cup. So places were up for grabs and players had a chance to impress. So the team, it was Jordan Pickford in goal, making his second cameo in an England shirt. It was then a back three of Joe Gomez, John Stones and Kyle Walker. This was the first time we saw Walker in a back three rather than as a wing-back, and this suited him a lot more, I think. Kieran Trippier and Danny Rose were the wing-backs. It was then a midfield three of Jordan Henderson, who was captain, alongside Jesse Lingard and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So this was quite an attacking midfield. And then a front two of Raheem Sterling and Marcus Rashford. So this meant that England weren't playing with an actual striker. I think the midfield is an interesting one because Henderson was playing as the deeper midfielder. And that was something that we saw at the World Cup. I think, looking at the team, it became pretty obvious with the lineup that Gareth was going to use a back three in the World Cup. Obviously, he played it against Brazil and Germany as well. So that was noticeable and something that he clearly favoured at the time. So moving on to what happened, 10 minutes into the game, Joe Gomez, who started as a left centre-back, picked up an injury and was forced to go off. So this was a real shame. He was replaced by Harry Maguire. And I felt sorry for Gomez as he had two brilliant games against Brazil and Germany back in the previous international break. And I stand by it. I reckon if Gomez would have been fit for the World Cup in Russia, I reckon he'd have gone if it wasn't for him being injured. So yeah, shame for Gomez to get injured that early on in the game. As much as it was surprising to see England play without a natural number 9, Rashford and Sterling's pace was electric going forward, and we could have had a penalty early on. Marcus Rashford was brought down by Netherlands goalkeeper, and it wasn't given, but watching it back, for me, it's a blatant penalty, and I remember thinking that at the time, so shame that wasn't given. Netherlands were good in the first half. They created 1 or 2 chances, but failed to properly test Jordan Pickford. It was quite an even first 45 minutes, to be honest, and England's best chance of the first half came just after the half-hour mark when Jordan Henderson's, who I thought was England's best player on the night, he headed Trippier's free kick wide. So it was interesting to see Henderson be in the box for a free kick. That doesn't usually happen, but yeah, came close to scoring. Into the second half, I thought England came out showing real promise and playing with a bit more tempo than they did in the first. They were passing the ball more prominently and with more purpose. And, it was only a matter of time before England took the lead, and that came through Jesse Lingard, who scored just before the hour mark. A decent finish. And maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I reckon the Netherlands goalkeeper could have maybe done a little bit better. But the power on the strike from Lingard meant it went in the back of the net. So England were 1-0 up, and yeah, special moment for Lingard, scoring his first goal for his country. And England kept on trying to score another after that. Trippier almost scored not long after a powerful shot, which was well saved. And it's a shame England couldn't get any more goals other than the one, but they managed to salvage the win, and that's all that matters. I think this win was really important, as I think it gave the England team confidence that they could compete against top teams, even the draws against Germany and Brazil, and obviously the win against the Netherlands. I think the thing that stands out across all 3 games is they didn't concede a goal in any. So it goes to show that the defence was something that Southgate was starting to build. I think if you look at the team, Trippier, Walker, Stones and Maguire all played for most of the game. And I think that was clearly something you saw potential in going into the tournament. And it was obviously something we saw in the tournament. Clean sheets and just really good. And I know I touched on it earlier, but the back three seems to be working really well. We weren't conceding many goals. The win backs are crucial. And it allowed the most creative players such as Lingard, Oxlade-Chamberlain in this game. It sort of allowed them to be given freedom and they could float around and do what they do best, really. So, yeah, the 3-5-2 system was working really well. This was actually Ronald Koeman. I said that right now. Ronald Koeman, first game in charge of Holland. The previous manager left after failing to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. So not what he'd have wanted on his first game, losing 1-0, but a win for Southgate on his 15th game. So next episode, I'll be talking about England's 1-0 draw against Italy at Wembley, which happened just a few days after this game in the same camp. And then after that, I'll be doing the Sam Allardyce special, so nearly finished planning that. And also, I'm sure many of you are aware, but on social media, I'm currently doing a Forgotten Southgate Players Advent Calendar, where I basically post a picture of a player who played under Gareth, who you might have either forgotten or remembered very little about. Feel free to check that out, and hopefully it brings back many memories, and plenty of content coming your way over the next few weeks. Right, that just leaves me to say, as always, thanks for listening. Always appreciated. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See you soon.